You ever hear the sound arrogance makes when it finally collides with reality? Not just some little fender bender. No, I mean the universe taking a deep breath, everything going silent, and then justice just drops the hammer. That was the exact moment my 8,000-pound logging truck rolled right over Karen's pearly white Tesla. And I promise you, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't even rage. It was just what happens when you warn somebody 100 times and they look you in the eye and say, "Rules don't apply to me." You could probably hear my sigh halfway across Whispering Pines that morning, or maybe you heard Karen shrieking from the next county over. Hard to say. Name's Marcus Turner. I'm 47. I run a little logging business out past the pines. Been living a simple life out here, just me, the trees, some honest work, diesel in the air, and a gravel driveway, twisting through 15 acres of Douglas fir and cedar I've called home for 12 years. Life was quiet, almost boring, until Karen Patterson showed up. The moment she moved into her HOA palace at the end of the road, things started getting weird. I mean, I'd survived hurricanes and machinery rollovers, but nothing prepares you for the suburban psychological warfare of a full-blown HOA Karen, who thinks your front gate is her personal valet stand. Now, I'm not the type to lose my temper, and honestly, I wasn't even mad when I saw her Tesla parked smack in front of my gate that first morning, blocking the only way in or out. No, after months of warning notes, polite letters, and more patience than a man ought to have to muster, what I felt that morning was just clarity. Like, okay, you brought this on yourself. Before I tell you exactly how a $9,500 Tesla got squashed like a soda can, let me know down in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is there. I want to see who else out there enjoys a little instant karma served up on 18 wheels. And hey, if justice stories get your blood pumping, you might want to hit that subscribe button, because this is just the start. Looking back, if you told me last year that some luxury SUV and a woman named Karen would give me more headaches than 3 decades of falling timber and busted axles, I'd have laughed you straight off my property. But here we are. Whispering Pines was just supposed to be my slice of peace. 15 acres, Iron Gate private road, deed in my name, taxes paid, and signs every 50 feet, no parking. Private road. Trespassers will be towed. Simple, right? For years, nobody argued. Most neighbors waved, bought firewood in winter, minded their own. Then Karen shows up, biggest house on the street, $1.2 million, and not a lick of humility. Husband claimed he was a lawyer. Turns out he did taxes, but that's not the same thing, is it? Karen, though, she strutted around like she'd just been elected mayor. Phone always up, surveying her subjects. First time I met her, she was waving like royalty from her driveway. The second time, that's when the games began. It was a Tuesday. I pulled in from a long haul, saw a gleaming white Tesla Model X blocking my gate, parked like it owned the place. License plate holder said, "Zero emissions, infinite entitlement." I swear, you can't make this stuff up. I honked, nothing. Again, still nothing. I got out, and here comes Karen, decked out in designer yoga leggings, neon shoes, sunglasses big enough to cover half her face. "This your car?" I asked as polite as I could. She smiled like I was asking for her autograph. "Yeah, just running to yoga at the clubhouse." "Be a minute." I pointed at my sign. "You're blocking my driveway." Her face shifted fast. "Isn't this community property?" she said, arms crossed like a middle school principal. "No, ma'am, it's not." I told her, "County records will back me up." She rolled her eyes, mumbled she'd sort it out later, and just walked off. Car left right there. I waited an hour. She didn't come back. Towing company said if she claimed it was HOA property, they couldn't touch it without proof. When she finally showed up, sweat-soaked and smug, she crumpled my note right in front of me, tossed it, and hit me with, "You shouldn't hoard public access, Marcus." That's not very neighborly. The next day, there's an official-looking HOA violation letter taped to my gate. Said my own gate was a community accessibility violation, and I owed $250 for restricting shared access. I actually laughed out loud. My land's not even in the HOA. But it wasn't the phony fine that really ticked me off. It was the smug arrogance. By the end of that week, she'd parked there twice more, once to run into town, once for a wellness luncheon. Every time I'd ask her move, she'd flash her little HOA badge and say, You can't threaten me on shared property. That's when I started documenting. Photos, timestamps, emails. Emailed the board. Their response? Mrs. Patterson's use of the access road falls within reasonable community activity. Reasonable, right? She wanted control. So I put up 2 more signs, bold, red, can't miss. Next morning, one's been spray painted, HOA access only. Now it's turning into a war of inches. Still, I try to keep my cool. I wasn't about to stoop to her level. At least, not until she cranked things up a notch. Saturday, my driver radios. Marcus can't get through. Same cars blocking the gate. I rush down, and there she is, arms crossed, phone up, filming me. Move your car, I say. She smirks, smile. You're on HOA camera. She called it harassment, threatened the board. I told her, mention the $3,500 I just lost because of you two. She just goes, maybe you should have been more neighborly. And that's when I finally understood. She didn't just want to win. She wanted me humiliated. So I called my old buddy Tom, a real lawyer since high school. He said, classic HOA power trip. Just keep documenting. And those fake fines? If she's issuing them outside HOA jurisdiction, that's fraud. But don't confront her. Stay clean, stay patient. And let me tell you, logging teaches you patience. You don't rush the tree. You line up your cut. You wait for gravity. But Karen didn't just test my patience. She made it her mission to find new ways to needle me. Her Tesla started parking closer and closer, sometimes so close the bumper kissed my iron gate. Every time I asked her to move, she'd give me that same sickly sweet grin. After new signs went up, they got covered in neon pink graffiti, HOA Road. I sent more photos to the board. We'll remind residents to respect shared spaces, they said. Yeah, shared spaces like property lines and deeds apparently mean nothing when you've got the right buzzwords. One last time, I tried reasoning face-to-face. Karen, you're trespassing every time you park here. Sheriff says it's private. She actually giggled and twirled her keys. Sheriff doesn't get our easement rules. HOA has jurisdiction. No, it doesn't. Watch me. Logic just didn't work. The breaking point came with my biggest delivery of the year, a $12,500 lumber load, blocked by her Tesla at 7:30 in the morning. Called her straight to voicemail. HOA claimed she was unavailable. I documented everything, sent it to Tom. His reply, don't touch the car. Just keep gathering evidence. When she finally strolled up, smoothie in hand, she just blinked and said, maybe you should plan better. That was it. The switch flipped inside me. This was no longer a world of common sense. She thrived on red tape and yelling HOA, like it was a get-out-of-jail-free card. So I built my case. Photos, videos, emails, 50 incidents, all neatly organized. Then things turned dirty. I get a letter from a title agency about outstanding HOA dues. Turns out Karen filed a bogus lien for $900 on my property for back dues on a road the HOA didn't even own. Tom said that's fraud. Time to go by the book. We filed complaints, sent cease and desist letters. But Karen doubled down. New violation notices, fresh accusations of unauthorized commercial activity, started rumors about my business. Neighbors who used to wave now crossed the street. I overheard one call my business illegal. Karen and another board member literally started snapping pictures of my truck tires, claimed environmental damage. I told her, keep filming, Karen. You'll need the footage. Sheriff said, yeah, it's private property. She's trespassing, but it's a civil matter. You need a court order to tow. Months dragged by. Karen made TikToks about entitled men with trucks. Online, I was the villain. At home, I was simmering. One day, my mailbox got smashed, cease and desist letter ripped up, scrawled over with you don't own this road. That night, I called Tom. Tom had turned the page. We made a plan, every step bulletproof. Certified notices, new signage, public record, cameras rolling, business ops scheduled, every witness lined up. I reviewed every deed, tax receipt, county survey. Hired the courier. Karen got a certified letter. Commercial traffic starts Monday. Any vehicle blocking the gate will be considered abandoned. Big, bold professional signs everywhere. Private road. Logging activity. No parking. Cameras upgraded. HOA and sheriff officially notified. My crew briefed. Voicemail clear. Final warning, Karen. Logging traffic at 6 a.m. Monday. Do not park in front of the gate. Some neighbors finally started seeing the light. A woman named Lisa came up. We didn't know she was doing this to so many folks. That meant more than she knew. Monday for 30 a.m., Tom texts. You've done the work. Stick to the plan. I check the gate. Yep. Tesla's there, white and smug as ever. I call Karen. Leave a last message. CC the sheriff. Kenworth rolls up at 6:03. Crew ready. Cameras rolling. Manifest in the glove box. We move slow. Air horn twice, nothing. Inch forward. Truck bumper nudges the Tesla. Gentle at first, then crunch. Plastic pops, metal buckles, glass cracks. Sounds like a soda can meeting a freight train. Karen comes running, mascara streaked, screaming, waving her phone. Neighbors pour out, filming everything. I step out, voice calm but loud enough for the whole neighborhood. You were warned. Certified letter. Posted signs. Public notice. Multiple phone calls. You chose this. Deputy checks my paperwork, shakes his head. Facts are facts. Karen's husband, Doug, shows up flustered. Looks at the paperwork, looks at her. You didn't read any of this, did you? Not even the HOA could spin it now. By that night, the videos everywhere. HOA Karen gets Tesla crushed by logging truck. Insurance says owner negligence, claim denied. Her lawyer tells her, ma'am, you have no case. Push this and you'll get sued for fraud, harassment, trespass. HOA panics, starts cleaning house. Karen's skeletons tumble out. Phony fines, stolen fees, yoga classes paid with HOA money. By Friday, she's out. House for sale, Doug's already packed. Sheriff's office issues a statement. No criminal wrongdoing. Civil dispute resolved. And just like that, peace returns to Whispering Pines. The only thing blocking my gate now is morning sunlight through the trees. Neighbors wave again, some bring pie. New HOA president, Henry, comes over to apologize. I tell him, you keep your side clean, I'll keep mine. He grins, deal. My mother comes to visit. Last time she had to wait hours in the car. Now the road's clear, gate wide open, pie in hand. She goes, nice to see the queen finally abdicated, and I nearly choke laughing. New folks move into Karen's place, drive a pickup, bring over beer. Heard there used to be drama around here. I laugh. Yeah, but the drama moved out. Nowadays, I get emails about the video. You're a hero for standing up to HOA bullies. I just tell them, no, the real hero is paperwork. Because truth is, it didn't end with a crash. It ended with patience, evidence, and staying calm. If you've ever had to deal with an HOA nightmare or a neighbor like Karen, drop your story in the comments. And if you want to see what happens next time karma rolls through, make sure to subscribe. Here's what I learned. People will test your limits, cross your lines, poke your patience. The trick isn't to outscream them. It's to outlast them with facts, calm, and time. In the end, law and respect weigh a lot more than any badge or brand. I didn't flatten her car out of anger. I flattened the arrogance that thought she'd never face consequences. And sometimes those consequences just happen to weigh 80,000 pounds. Justice might take its sweet time, but when it finally arrives, trust me, it makes one hell of an entrance. So tell me, when's the last time you saw karma back up a semi?